Should parents be responsible for the delinquent kids' decisions? Deleterious decisions? No. Not all the time. And now, am I saying that there aren't parents out there who are lenient, very lenient, who are not exercising their parental roles wisely? Yeah. Are the parents who are alcoholics? Yeah. On drugs? Yeah. Who are very absent from their kids' lives? Yeah. Who refuse to get a job? Who mismanage the resources a lot? Yeah. Are all parents like that? No. There are many parents who are trying their best to train their kids properly, teach them the right thing. But these kids are rebellious. These kids don't want to hear it. These kids have been bamboozled and tricked by the whole way the culture is with YOLO, do what you want, go with your heart, whatever, go with your feelings. And what can they do? But be like, what can I do? You know? They come to the point where they say, I've done all that I can do. They're gonna make their decisions and they're gonna face the consequences. Right? So what do you advocate for those who feel like penalize their parents? You want them to lock their kids up in a cage? I think that would do far greater psychological harm if we're really gonna do that now. Let's get some big old cages to put our kids in, and when they're 18, release them and they can move out and do what they want. But even when you put them on timeout, they can just leave the room and run off and do whatever. They can go to the window and run off and do whatever. You know. Sometimes you take away these gadgets, these technologies, phones. I mean, it could help with certain things. Phones, TVs. I mean, they still can find a way to communicate with people in the neighborhood. If they find somebody at a late nearby store, they go to school. Even homeschooling, a lot of them are probably still finding a way to get on the internet somehow, bypass certain parental controls and still get into trouble some way, somehow. But it's not always easy to keep kids away from evil. Evil is they're just gonna find a way to them somehow, and the kids, many of them, are gonna succumb to it. Many of them are not that strong in their fiber, their being, to resist those enticements, right? There's kids who can be exposed to it, a lot of evil, and not succumb to it. Like, whoa! I cannot still fully explain that, but it is what it is. But it just boils down to free will. Free will. Many choose to succumb, and some don't. Right? Some people, you tell them all the information, the empirical data, the research, the people have been through tough times and went and did some foolish thing with their life and ended up in prison and ended up with baby mama, baby daddy drama with kids all over the place and heartbreak and all these regrets, and don't follow their example, child. Please don't end up like them. And they learn from that and they don't do those things. But others, you can tell them all the facts and data and they still are going to be rebellious. What do you do? Now, I think regardless, always come with a place of love. Talk to your kids with a place of love. But there come a time when you got to say it. You're going to do what you got to do. And the way the system is, like, a lot of I know before they're 18, typically they're very lenient. The law enforcement is very lenient on kids who are not adults. I would, especially, I know sometimes kids are in school, they're out of school, and you can't always really, reality, to be real, keep them locked up. They got to go to school, right? For those who are in school in a physical location. But I would say, hey, for the summer, probation officer, come get my kid, bring him back to the slammer and have him work in there. We're there doing some community service out in the street for a while. I'm not saying slave the kids, be a slave for the kids. I'm saying whether it's an hour, 2 hours, periodically here and there, make sure they're properly hydrated, make sure they're properly rested, make sure Obviously got proper food to eat, but give them some sort of work, give them some sort of consequence for their action. Because a lot of these kids are like, well, I could just do my crime and get locked up for the night and be released, and even for a week, maybe I'm in some juvenile detention and I'm out again. They're not really feeling it, feeling the weight of their decision, because they're like, whoa, this, okay, I'm getting away with it. I'm getting away with a lot of stuff here. I'm going to continue. They got to feel just how bad their rebellion is, to try and because not only should the punishment be rehabilitative, but it should be a deterrent to try and deter them from future potential crime. That, whoa, this is not tolerated. You're not gonna get off easy here, buddy. You do this, you steal even a lollipop again, you're gonna be in Islam for I don't know, next month or two or whatever. So, I mean, and plus a lot of these kids, man, who are the ones who are really rebellious, they're not even going to school anyway. You don't want to go to school? Bet. Lock them up for a prolonged period of time and have them doing some sort of work, some sort of labor. Have them isolated. The one thing that really wrecks people a lot is isolation. Have them thinking, hopefully. Right? I think the system goes too easy on these juveniles. Way too easy. Right? 13, 14, 15, even 12, 11. They're doing like crazy things even at those ages. Like, stop looking at them as babies. They're doing adult. They got some sense in their mind. And a lot of them know what doing is wrong. They just don't care. They just don't care. You don't care? All right. But because they're not 18 and higher, no, they still have some reason. They still have some decent reasoning of what they're doing. They're not 2 and 3 years old, 5 years old. Right? You talk to them, a lot of them, you have a decent level of a decent intellectual conversation with them. They know exactly what they're doing. They just don't care. All right, so that's what there should be consequences in place. So yeah, so this video is really because I seen a video recently of this police just at their wits' end, like dealing with kids all over different parts of the country, just living here in America, different parts of America, just like, whoa, my God, the kids are doing this and doing that. Oh my gosh, they're just taking over, man. Time to get more serious with the laws on these delinquents out here. There's too much mercy, and I believe in mercy. I need mercy. I thank God for mercy, but it's time for more justice, more accountability, more punishment. And I'm not saying abusive punishment. I'm saying the right punishment that can drive that behavior, that negative behavior out of these kids. Uh-oh. Yeah, get a lot. Yeah, awesome. Mention too about getting locked up and doing more service. Get them away from a lot of those wicked TV program that's programming their mind, and away from the phones. A lot of them, their mental health is being impacted by the heavy usage of the phone as well. There's a lot of research on that as well. So get them more out of those devices, out of those screens, and more into the world around them, to contribute, to develop the skill of contribution, rather than, what can life give me? What can I get as a free handout? No, what can I? Because people who seek to contribute to other people's lives and society are less likely to be a hazard to society. We have a contributing mentality rather than a take mentality. But their music, their movies, their TikTok videos, all teach them get. The likes, the followers, just shake your butts in the camera there, or rap a little tune, and don't really contribute nothing positive, but still get a whole lot of money and followers. No, that's not real. That's not real pure positive contribution. So, all right, y'all. God bless y'all. I love you. Bless you in Jesus' name. I love you.